And for those of you joining us live, we welcome you to the post-fight press conference here at Caesars Atlantic City. Bellator Fighting Championship 68, well, it's in the books. Featherweight tournament champion has been crowned. The bantamweight semi-final round is underway. The fighters are just behind me. For those folks joining us on the live stream, we welcome you as well to Caesars here in Atlantic City as we kick off the post-fight press conference here in just a moment. For those joining us in the room, members of the press, if you have questions, we'll go to your questions after our opening comments. So if you'll formulate those when I ask for questions, if you'll throw your hand up, we'll make sure we get ourselves around the room as quickly as we can. So let's go ahead and start things off with tonight's post-fight press conference with opening comments from the CEO and chairman of Bellator Fighting Championships, Mr. Bjorn Rebney.
Thanks, Michael. We have now been here to Caesars Atlantic City more than we have been to any other venue. So my first thank you is to Caesars. Just a great group to work with. Makes our life simple. We come week in and week out and we do shows, and when you can work with a group like this who knows the game the way they do, who can help us load in, help us load out, and help us promote these shows on the ground, is just a pleasure. So a big thank you to Caesars. I see them standing in the back. We genuinely appreciate being partnered with you guys. A big thank you to our partners at Spike Network who are here in force tonight, and to our partners at MTV2 and Viacom who helped bring this show to 85 million homes here in the U.S. Another 72, I think it was, tonight, countries around the world got to see these great fights. So a big thank you to our team at Viacom. Start out, Marius Zarumskis. I've been a big fan of his for a long time, watching him fight in Japan. He has had his ups and downs here in the States. The Spirit Wolf fight, I would, like most of you, I would have liked to have seen another round, but he did everything that he was supposed to do, came back, ebb and flow. So a big congratulations to Marius Zarumskis. First time inside the Bellator cage on a big win today.
Thanks everyone for supporting. Thanks Bellator for opportunity to fight here, and thanks my Jimmy K. And I was surprising on interview. Spirit Wolf said like, "Oh, we have a war, so we're gonna have stand-up fight." And my main mistake was I stayed too long in a clinch, and I was okay. When are gonna tie it? I was waiting to tie him, but his was hanging down on my legs and sinking deeper. That's main mistake. But I was ready to third round, and we meet the first time. We have only 5-second fight. Now it's even better. We have 10 minutes. But I ready for third time. If Bellator or any like do this fight, I ready all the time. So thanks Bellator for opportunity.
The gentleman sitting to Mr. Zarumskis' right, Marcin Held, is a spectacular submission fighter. It's hard for me to believe he's still just 20 years old. I remain hugely impressed every single time I see him fight. I don't get my legs anywhere near him. And once again, tonight, he pulled it off. He's the Polish version of Aoki. He is just a spectacular submission fighter and fun to watch. If you like the ground game, this guy is just at the very, very top of the game. So Marcin, a big congratulations on a great win tonight.
Thank you, everybody. I think it was good fight, maybe a little bit short, but in the beginning I get a punch and I went down, but I recovered very quickly, and then I decided I need to take down my opponent. I tried and I did what I think I do the best. So I tried heel hook and it was war. So I'm glad, and I hope next time I show better standing and okay. Thank you.
Nice work. Next fight up, Marcos, who has fought for us, and if you've watched Marcos Calvo fight for Bellator, you've seen him get shorted on some fights that he probably should have won and should have gone down as W's on his record. He's starting to get that rectified now. probably fighting at the top level that I've ever seen him fight at. He's a spectacularly talented fighter at 135 pounds. He's made his way to the finals of this tournament. He's looked far and away the best fighter in the tournament thus far. And against Travis Marks in a great back and forth fight. Cannot say enough about Travis and cannot say enough about how much I'm looking forward to seeing him in another 135-pound tournament in very short order. Tonight, Marcus, this is your night. Congratulations on a big night, on a big victory. Well deserved. You're fighting at a world-class level.
Eu só quero agradecer o Bellator pela oportunidade que está me dando. E hoje eu estou muito feliz. E essa vitória eu dedico para minha mãe, que fez aniversário ontem. E meu professor Leonardo Machado, que veio de Manaus para me ajudar aí no treinamento. Junto com o Dedé, que veio também, está sempre aí comigo aí. Eu estou muito feliz, meu professor, o primeiro professor está aqui me ajudando. E essa vitória eu dedico para minha esposa, Paula, que está aqui, sempre dando força. E aqui minha família é ela. E o Sérgio, eu agradeço o Sérgio aqui também. Que não foi um irmão para mim aqui, sempre está me ajudando. Ontem, para tirar o peso aí, a gente tive que correr para a sauna, 30 minutos antes, mas graças a Deus fui lá e assinei papel aqui, eu tinha que bater o peso. Eu sei minha responsabilidade, fui lá e bati o peso, porque aqui eu tenho um compromisso, ser campeão desse Grand Prix, eu vou ser campeão desse Grand Prix para minha mãe.
First and foremost, he wants to thank Bellator for giving him the opportunity to fight this tournament. He wants to thank his coach, Leonardo Machado, who's here from Brazil and has been here for the past 2 fights, and then that also, Andre Pederneiros, who's here. He wants to thank his wife for all the support he's been giving him for this tournament, and he wanted to thank me too. He knows, I gotta say that. He said I'm his brother. He did say that. He had a really tough weight cut, and he made, that's the contract that he has with Bellator, so he always knows he has to make weight. I was there with him till the last minute, and he did what he had to do. Travis is a great opponent, and he's looking forward to what's next. I'm sorry. He also said that yesterday was his mother's birthday, and that win was for her. It was her birthday gift.
I don't have a translator, so I guess I'll do this on my own. First and foremost, I just want to thank Bellator and Bjorn for having me. Yeah, tonight was a great fight. I give all respect to Marcus and wish him the best in continuing through the tournament. I look forward to the next opportunity to come and perform and be better. Lots of mistakes, lots of things to learn on, but I'm definitely growing and becoming better. So I'm happy to be a part of this organization. With the time, I want to thank sponsors, not individually, but just conclusive. Thank them for all the support and putting me at this level, helping me get here. Obviously, I have a huge support group of family and friends, and I want to make sure that they know I appreciate it. And my mom as well. She is the person that gives me the drive to do this. She's battling cancer right now, and Mother's Day just around the bend. I want to wish my mom and all moms a happy Mother's Day.
The 2 gentlemen that I'm surrounded by to my right and my left are, it's still in my mind, 2 of the better 145-pounders you're going to find in the world. I have been a fan of this gentleman for many, many years, since I saw him go to war in Japan and saw him beat some of the greatest fighters in the world. I've been a fan of this gentleman to my left since the first moment I met him in Louisville, Kentucky, in a big win that he had, fighting up maybe 2-3 weight classes, which was his modus operandi of what he did for a lot of years to try to make ends meet before he got a legitimate opportunity. I have nothing but respect for these 2 guys. It's funny, a lot of people ask me what the toughest part of my job is, and I finally figured it out. The toughest part of my job is having 2 guys that you like this much, that you spend a lot of time around, has been on our shows, a lot of shows, and one of them has to lose. That's the toughest part of my job. But a huge congratulations to Daniel Strauss. Both of these guys have made it to the finals. Have come up short before, and today one of the 2 of these guys ended up winning it. He's going to face the winner of Pitbull Curran, which I literally think is a fight between 2 of the top 3 145-pounders on earth. So an amazing accomplishment tonight for you, my friend. And Marlon will be back with us fighting again, doing what he does so well in short order as well. So, Daniel?
First off, I just want to thank everybody. Thank Bellator. I want to thank all my team. Vision MMA, American Top Team down there in Coconut Creek. All my coaches that have helped me. Everyone that has supported me and been on this ride with me, because it hasn't been easy. It's been a really long ride. A lot of bumps, a lot of bruises, you know, a lot of tears, a lot of blood. But I'm here, man. I'm here through the support of everybody, through my friends, the fans, family. So I want to thank y'all, most of all. You know, my management team and my management group, Brian Furby, I want to thank them. Again, I want to thank Bellator. And as far as Marlon Sandro, man, I'm just a stud. You know, I wasn't prepared. It was awkward getting ready for him because you know, I know what he's done for the sport, and you know, I didn't want to be one of his highlight reels, and you know, so I definitely came in and tried to think a little bit about, you know, when I fought Pitbull, and I didn't want to fight to get knocked out, but I definitely went in here fighting to, you know, definitely just leave it out there, and you know, I tried to do that, and I think I did that, you know, tonight. So. I'm just blessed, man. I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed to be sitting on this left side of, you know, Bjorn, and you know, thank you guys.
And first time, I want to thank my God for thank you for Bjorn for this opportunity to come back and the second tournament. And I'm sorry, my fans, my family. I call my son out. My son watched the fight, talked to me. Hey, Daddy, you lost. I talked to him. I know my son, but I know no good now. But this guy is the best friend, the best guy. Is a good heart for fight. And congratulations, Strauss. And I'm sorry. I want to bring it good fight for everybody, for Bjorn, for Bellator, for my team, for everybody here on the workshop. I fight no only for me, for my family, for fans, for everybody here. Thank you so much. I come back from my house. I am back from my mind. I come more strong for fight, for a good fight for everybody. Thank you so much.
Gentlemen, thank you. If you're just joining us on the live stream, we welcome you. This is the post-fight press conference here at Bellator 68 from Caesars, Atlantic City. Let's open up for questions in the room. If you have questions, if you'll raise your hand, we'll move around. Here's your first question.
Yeah, question for Bjorn. Do you have any timetable for when Patricio is going to take on Pat Curran?
Yeah, we're looking at August.
August?
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping for August. First injury was Pitbull's injury, which obviously kept lingering, and then he hurt the hand again. And then he got well, and then of course Pat got injured in the fight against Joe. So we're keeping our fingers crossed, but it looks like August. It looks like the last Summer Series show.
Bjorn, thank you. Your next question.
So following up on that, now you're sitting next to a guy right to your left with a big fancy check in front of him. Is there any sort of a timeline for that fight down the road after the August bout?
Yeah, he's been busy. He always drags these fights out into 3 rounds, so he's been busy. He's fought, what, like 9 rounds going into this. So I just asked him if he could use a rest, and he said, yeah, I could actually use a little bit of a rest. So, you know, he'll take a rest and bang into the beginning of summer, and then hopefully we can get that fight done in August, and then it'll just depend on how that fight goes and whether or not we're able to do it. You know, he'll be fighting at some point in the fall, I would assume the latter part of the fall for the world title.
Bjorn, thank you. Your next question.
My question is, I want to know when is Laurel's final? Around what time would it be?
again, probably summer series at 35. 35 got pushed back, and as you saw, the next 35 semi isn't going to happen for another 2 weeks. So I would hope July. That's what I would hope, and we'll be talking to him, and we'll figure out, you know, exactly when to make it work. But it'll depend on how the two guys that are fighting in a couple of weeks come out, but probably July.
How's it going, Bjorn? Jason Gotti with Ring Fever. Just want to say, hell of a show. Y'all guys did a great job. My question for you is, with Lombard now signing with the competition, what is the middleweight division going to look like? Obviously, Bellator is all about fairness, no politics, the best fighters in the world. So the question is, what do you think is going to go on with the middleweight division?
I think it's going to look like Andreas Spang's left hand, and it's going to look like Alexander Shlemenko's spinning back fist. It's going to look like Michael Falcao's clinch. It's going to look a lot like that, which is all dangerous and aggressive and very, very powerful. So that's how it'll look right now. And then right now, Alexander Shlemenko, who just unfortunately broke his collarbone getting hit by a drunk driver in Russia about 2 weeks ago, has got to rehab, and when he rehabs, the winner of the Andreas Spang fight against Michael Falcao coming up will fight him, which should be a great fight. So, you know, unfortunately for us, the middleweight division didn't start to take on that kind of substance and that kind of quality and depth until after Hector was gone. But I would have loved to have seen any one of those three guys. Alexander Shlemenko is the only guy in literally, I think, the last decade and a half to go the distance with Hector Lombard. So it's gotten real deep, and we'll have a world title fight with Shlemenko versus the winner of that fight.
Bjorn, thank you. Let's open it up to the room again for questions.
And this question is for Daniel. You know, 2 of your 4 losses have come against the guys that you're potentially going to be facing. I mean, is that exciting, knowing that not only do you now have this title shot, but you get a chance to avenge, those losses against, either one of those 2 guys?
I don't really think about avenging nothing. You know what I mean? I lost. I was the worst man that day, and that's just what it was. I get back on my horse, I get back in the gym, and I start working. I'm not looking for a grudge fight. I'm just looking to win the title. And no matter who has that title, that's who I'm going to fight. I'm not worried about who beat me in the past. I'm not worried about how they beat me. I'm a different fighter from when I fought both of them. You know what I mean? I fought Pat earlier in my career. At the time, I didn't even really have too many, coaches at the time. I wasn't really working that hard. I fought Pitbull last year. I've stepped up training since then, you know what I mean? So I'm definitely not the same fighter I was when I fought them. And, I knew it, they knew it, Bellator knows it. And, so it just, when I fight them, whoever it is that I do fight, that's just what it is.
In a similar vein to that question, Daniel, is there one particular guy that you prefer one or the other? Is there one you're looking towards one or the other when you do get your bout, or no?
Whoever got that belt.
Yeah.
That's who I want to play, man. I don't care who it is.
Daniel, thank you. Let's ask the room one last time for any remaining questions.
This question is for Marius. You've had a lot of success internationally. You had a great fight tonight. Can we expect to see you stateside permanently?
I think so, yeah. So I'm gonna all the time I'm happy to come back to Bellator, and all the time I was, like I said, more expecting stand-up fight for exciting, and I was like, what are you doing that on steps? Like I was waiting when he's gonna tire, like when you gonna tire, when you start normal fight. So but always happy to come back to Bellator, and in another moment I stay in San Jose, so training in AK.
There's a question for Marius as well. You enter that second round when you're down there. When you're going to your corner, that third, were you thinking about the cut on his eye? I mean, were you thinking yourself, maybe there's a chance it was bad enough they might stop it? Were you thinking about that at all?
Yeah, it was interesting. Like my hands was all blood. I was from where that blood? Like, what's going on? Like I was worried. Like I checking my eyes. Like I was worried. Like maybe I have cut, or like I was really not understand what's going on. Like, and then after I found out what he's had a big cut, like from his blood, and I just was waiting for the third round.
Just a quick question. Can we make sure that the finals, that Lotto fight, is not in Arizona?
It was tight, man. It really was.
If he tripped you to the ground and held on to it, think he would have finished you?
It would have been a wrap. It would have been a wrap. So, yeah.
This question is for Marlon. Tell me about the effects of the groin shot, if there were any, on the rest of the fight.
I think so. It's strong, and but I told you I want to fight for everybody. I'm back for the show. It's no good to stop the fight in this moment. And in my mind, I need back. I need back. I'm back, man. It's no problem. It's a day. Today's day the strong, but next is my day.
Bjorn, this question is for you, James O'Hagan, MMA Freaks. I was wondering how, for the next season, how many shows do you have in Atlantic City scheduled, or do you have it planned?
At least one, and hopefully we can figure out how to work with our team here at Caesars and do two. But we've had a lot of success in 1 and 2. This show wasn't as packed, and we had some big fighters on this show that ended up bouncing out. Kurt got hurt, which of course would have been huge for us here, and some other stuff. But this has been a magical venue for us. I mean, every show other than this one has been packed and sold out. So one for sure, hopefully two.
All right, we'll go ahead and wrap it up, and Bjorn, we have to throw it back to you for closing comments.
Thanks, Mike. Again, big congratulations to the gentleman sitting to my left. A big thank you to Caesars. Congratulations to the gentleman on my right who will be back fighting for us in short order. And thank you guys for coming.
That wraps it up for us here at Bellator Fighting Championship 68. 1 week from tonight, next Friday, Bellator 69. For more details, just log on to Bellator.com. For all those in attendance here, outside those doors, just down the staircase, that's where the casino floor is waiting for you. 2,500 slot machines, 139 table games. We'll see you right downstairs. Thanks, everybody.